So where do you go when the fire is low? You're feeling unnerving when you're feeling no burning.
What's up, everybody? Nolan Kaser back here for another episode of Nolan Kaser Live. I took a couple weeks off. The show gets draining, so let's get right into it. I'm back. We got my Wicked review. We're going to talk about the box office, Kraven the Hunter box office projections, and a lot more, so let's get right into it. We're going to start off with this. Wicked. So, Wicked just came out this past weekend in theaters. I went on premiere night at the 3:30 showing, and I gotta say, it is the best movie I have seen all year. I'm so glad I pre-bought this shirt. If I wouldn't have, I would have been a little bit angry, but let's get right into it. So, if you don't know the story of Wicked, it's all about this green woman named Elphaba, and she becomes a frenemy with Galinda. And in this film, they're portrayed by the lovely Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. This is all about them going to the school called Shiz, and they start out as enemies and slowly become friends along the way. Elphaba finds out that she has these powers that are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very, very special. And this one teacher, played by the lovely Michelle Yeoh, is now going to take her to the Wizard of Oz, and they have a plan for her. So the last half of the movie, what about the last hour of the movie, is all in the Emerald City, which is beautiful. This movie is the best movie I've seen all year. The cinematography is freaking fantastic. The lovely, and I mean the lovely cinematography is great. I don't get what everyone's saying about the color grading. It looks realistic. The coloring looks realistic. Do you want to just pop out at you every single scene? Because I think that's what they were trying to do with the Emerald City, and that works. So they also do that in Munchkinland. When you have a Munchkin frolicking through all of the flowers, that's what they want. All of the tulips, that's what they wanted. They planted 9 million tulips. The production design is top-notch. Ariana Grande is the best actress. Well, the best supporting actress I've seen all year. Her performance is the best I've seen all year long. She has the comedic chops. She has all the comedic beats. Her singing is top-notch, phenomenal in this role. I absolutely loved our lead girl in Elphaba. I don't know much about the musical. I knew a couple of lyrics, but besides that, I wasn't really sure what this actually was going to be. And I walked in pleasantly surprised, and I walked out loving this movie. We gotta talk about the awesome Jonathan Bailey. Is phenomenal in this role. He doesn't have a whole lot to do in here, as far as I know, he has a lot more to do in part 2, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in part 2, because I don't really know all the basic beats of this story. Now, what I will say is that Wicked tends to be a little bit overlong, and there are a couple moments here and there that I thought they could have shaved a good couple minutes off of these, particularly in a couple of scenes that have too much going on, and they kind of just start, and they don't have a whole lot of progression, if I'm going to say that. So they start, there's not a whole lot going on. I thought you could have just cut a couple of scenes out, but besides that, that's about it. And I'm not docking that film for much, because the more I thought about it, those scenes were integral to it, but you could have just shaved off a couple minutes off of each scene, maybe a couple seconds off of each blocking shot. You could have done that, but I loved Wicked. It's the best movie I've seen all year long, and I loved this movie. I'm going to give Wicked an A+, 5 out of 5 stars, the best of the entire freaking year, and I loved this movie. Check it out if you haven't. It's making bank at the box office, which we'll take a look at next. But what do you guys think about Wicked? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. We're going to go into the comments up next, and it is Sav. Welcome in, Sav. It's good to see you. Sav asked me, is Wicked based before the Wizard of Oz? Yes. So the start of the movie basically starts right after the Wicked Witch of the West is killed. And Glinda goes to Munchkinland, and now they ask her, is it true that you were friends with the Wicked Witch? That's how we get into the story. So yes, it's before the Wizard of Oz, but it's not really connected to the original story. Well, it's not connected to the original film. So you do have little bits and pieces here and there that do work. and I really enjoyed that. Wicked is not my cup of tea, but I will see it at some point. I highly recommend you see it. People who are not into musicals are loving this thing, and I am so happy that they're loving it, because Wicked is just one of these films that you just need to see on the big screen. It's literally the best film I've seen all year. I did just watch a movie that is phenomenal, and if you want a quick review of that towards the very tail end, I can give you my review of the new film with Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh, We Live in Time, phenomenal movie. But I will do that if I get a request for it before the end of the stream. So there's that, and as always, let's get into the next topic. And our next topic is this. Wicked and Gladiator hit big at the box office. This was a massive week at the box office. Some people are saying, oh no, you gotta look at the worldwide numbers. Here's the thing though. If you take a look at the worldwide numbers of Gladiator, those were a couple weeks back. Gladiator opened overseas a couple weeks before it opened here. Some countries 2 weeks before it even opened here. So you got to take that into account. Taking a look at this from the Los Angeles Times, Universal Pictures' Wicked needed no lessons in how to be popular at the domestic box office this weekend, opening at number one to the tune of $114 million, according to studio estimates. I have the actuals in the Ticket Tracker segment. That's the highest opening ever for a film based on our Broadway musical. Way before it, we had Into the Woods opening at $31 million, and Wicked smashed the same record globally, bringing its total to $164.2 million, surpassing Les Miserables' $103 million. In second place this weekend was Paramount Pictures' Gladiator 2, which launched at $55.5 million. $55.5 million at the worldwide, at the domestic box office, bringing the biggest domestic opening for an R-rated film released in November, not adjusted for inflation. So, taking a look at this, it falls slightly short of the recent analyst expectations. Here's the thing, though. This is what you gotta look at. It falls closer to the studio's more modest pre-release projections. Wicked is costing an estimated $150 million to make, not counting the marketing. So, this is what they need to do. They did the phenomenal job of doing all the marketing they needed. And from what I saw, they're putting hundreds of millions of dollars. The highest number I saw was $350 million at the worldwide box office. That is insane. Will they make that back? We'll see what Moana 2 does this weekend. But I think that this is still going to be a profitable film. I think they need to rein in some of that marketing next time, because I can't tell you how many ads I've seen for Target and for Lexus and all these other things that Wicked is attached to. Meanwhile, the legacy sequel to Ridley Scott's Best Picture winner came in lower than both the analyst and studio projections, which ranged from 60 to 75 million. The film had a pre-marketing budget of $250 million. Still, the solid projections and performances of both films are an early, much-needed holiday gift to the movie theater industry, which has suffered in a disappointing autumn thanks to critical and commercial flops such as Joker, Folie à Deux, and Red One. So, this is something that could not have come at a better time. We have to see what happens, because right now, they're into the perfect recipe that they need to be in for 2025. We have Wicked, we have Moana, we have Sonic, we have Mufasa. What's coming out in January? We'll take a look at that later in the show. But right now, they're in the spot they need to be in. And I love that for the movie theater industry. It's my favorite thing in the world is movie theaters. I literally go as much as I possibly can. I enjoyed Red One. I loved Wicked. I'm going to go and see Moana, hopefully tomorrow after work. But that's insane to me that people are calling it a flop right now. I'm sorry. It's the 5th biggest opening weekend of the entire year domestically. If you're calling Wicked a flop at $164 million opening weekend, when it hasn't even opened in places like France or in the UK yet. It's not even open there yet. I know it just opened like today. I know that Big Pauly, a YouTuber that I watch, went to go and see it just today. Gladiator 2 opened a couple weeks ago. So you got to take that into account. Yes, it made more money within the first couple of weeks. Okay? It took Wicked, 3 days to make $164 million worldwide? It took Gladiator 2. It took Gladiator 2 2 weeks to make $225 million. Now, I'm not besmirching that. That's not a small feat at all. I mean, look at Red 1. It's not even at $200 million yet, and it might not even reach $200 million. But calling this a flop is stupid. Wicked is a phenomenally shot, well-done film that is going to get a Best Picture nomination and probably a couple of Oscar wins. Every single audience members that I'm seeing is loving it. About 95% of them are loving it. Everybody in the critic circle appreciates it, doesn't love it, but a lot of people love this movie, and the general audience is what matters for this. I enjoy this. It's a phenomenal film. I'm glad it's doing well at the box office. We'll see how much of a dip it takes, because yes, you're going for the same target audience with Wicked and Moana 2. Family-friendly, PG musicals aimed more towards young kids and families. So, with Wicked, this isn't the last time we are going to be talking about Wicked and Moana 2 in the same segment. We are also going to be talking about, is it okay for you to sing in theaters? Because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says it's fine. It's fine. No, it's not. We will go into that in just a little bit, but as always, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think? Is Wicked going to reach $1 billion? We'll see. I think if it reaches $900, $800 million, $900 million, it's a certified hit. Even if it hits 700, 750 million, it's still a bona fide hit. Gladiator 2, I think, stops at about $500, $550 million. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. Go into the comments before we go into our next segment. I request it. Okay, I will do a review of We Live in Time at the very tail end. Red 1 has opened in the UK. That is awesome. Let me know okay, good. Let me know what you think about that, because I enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed that as a non-critic based general audience member movie. And looking at the Rotten Tomatoes score, I'm not the only one who's really enjoying it. I enjoyed it for a fun, family-friendly PG-13 action film, but it's not a well-made movie whatsoever. If you're just watching that for pure fun, Red 1 is gonna be your cup of tea. So, we just talked about two films that are doing great at the box office. Now let's get into one that's not going to do well. And that's going to lead into our next segment, which is Kraven the Hunter. Box office projections look poor. That is not good news for them, because if you take a look at what the atrocious but yet funny movie Madam Web did, that movie did not do very well at the box office, and it looks like Kraven the Hunter is going to do the same thing. This is coming from Superhero Hype. Kraven the Hunter box office projected to be lower than Morbius. So, Sony's Kraven the Hunter is expected to perform at the lower end of the studio's Spider-Man universe. The War of the Rohirrim is set to open lower, with both films facing competition from holdovers like Wicked Part 1 and Moana 2. Kraven's box office is projected to start with $20 to $25 million domestically during its opening weekend, December 13th release date. This movie is going to be a hard R film, taking a look at what happened at CinemaCon. CinemaCon is what you need to take a look at, because they overall said that it was going to be a hard R-rated film. It's the third R-rated film in the comic book genre of 2024. Not going to be the same type of hype as a Deadpool Wolverine, but probably not going to be a magnificent low like a Joker Folie Deux. And Kraven the Hunter faces a challenge from audience member fatigue in the audience. So let's take a look at this. April 2022, Morbius's box office opening was $39 million opening weekend and $73.8 million domestic. So it couldn't even double it. Venom Last Dance earned $51 million domestically, and it debuted with a $128 million after 4 weeks. That's not a good sign. This is also awful. Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, which analysts expect to earn $8 to $15 million. Meanwhile, it contends with blockbusters like we already read, holdovers like Wicked Part 1 and Moana 2. Both films have driven strong pre-sales and are forecasted to dominate the holiday box office. I think this is good news for Moana 2. I think this is good news for something like a, maybe for a Mufasa, maybe a Sonic, we'll see. But I think what this really speaks to is that Lord of the Rings animated, it's not going to work. One, I haven't seen any marketing for it. None. And we are a little over 2-3 weeks away. They haven't even pushed any marketing on anybody. And from what I've seen on ads, they're putting a lot of marketing into Sony. Into Sony's Kraven the Hunter. They're doing a lot of that. And I like that. Lord of the Rings, they might know it's a bad film. I don't know. They're not doing a whole lot of marketing. That's why it's not going to do very well at the box office. But what do you think? Do you think that Kraven the Hunter can make maybe $60 million domestically on a budget this high? That is awful. But I'm holding out hope. I am really holding out hope for something like maybe it has legs. Maybe Kraven is a good movie. Maybe it's a good movie. Maybe it has legs. Maybe it reaches $100 million worldwide. Maybe it does. We'll see. It's not going to reach anything like a Deadpool and Wolverine. It's not even going to reach a Joker Folie à Deux type of box office worldwide. If it makes $150 million worldwide, I think they should pop some bottles because they know they're not making high art. They know that their Sonyverse is not all that great of movies, which you need to fix that because if you're going to put out non-Spider-Man, Spider-Man-verse movies, you need to make your films better. Maybe you'll get a bit more in the box office department. But what do you think? Is Kraven the Hunter going to be a massive hit? Or do you think, like them, that it's going to be a pretty piss-poor box office opening for Kraven the Hunter? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Going into the comments, as I get a drink of water. Here we go. My nephew will like it, yeah. Depending on how old your nephew is, they will definitely enjoy it. Kraven the Hunter looks interesting. I watched just to see what it's like. Okay. Welcome in, Michael. It's awesome to see you. I don't think it will make that much. I don't think it'll make much either. And Michael asks me, thoughts on the women's IC title? I thought it was very inevitable. The women's IC title is very... It's a very interesting thing because right now they're not really focusing on the undisputed, the United States Championship. Right now they're going towards the tournament of the Intercontinental Championship, which I think is very interesting because they released the United States Championship first. They announced that one first. I think you should establish that first before you do the IC title. And what they might do is they'll probably have a tournament leading up to probably Saturday night's main event. I can't see them doing anything at the Royal Rumble with it in regards to building a new champion and everything else. But I think that the first champion is going to be, I'm not going to say who I think it's going to be, but I think that they're going to be crowned at Saturday night's main event. We're going to go into the next topic, and our next topic is this. So Christopher Nolan has a massive, brand new movie coming out in 2026. And he just added a brand new cast member. Christopher Nolan adds Charlize Theron to huge cast in new movie. This is massive news. Of course, the Oppenheimer director, best director of the year, reigning defending best director of the entire year, has added Charlize Theron to his awesome cast for his film. So, let's take a look at this. The Oscar winner is the latest A-list talent to join Christopher Nolan's new feature, Matt Damon, Zendaya, Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, and Anne Hathaway are rising because they're just trying to keep that under wraps a little bit. Nolan wrote the script. So we know that Nolan wrote the script and is directing the project, which Universal will distribute. The studio has set a release date of July 17th, 2026. Plot details are being kept under wraps, and Nolan is producing alongside his producing partner and wife, Emma Thomas, for their Syncope banner. So, this is awesome, because let's take a look at this. Matt Damon, Best Actor nominee. Anne Hathaway, Best Actress winner, I think. Wow. That jumped. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Robert Pattinson should be nominated. Should have been nominated for The Lighthouse. Should have been nominated for multiple other things. Lupita Nyong'o, Best Actress winner. Zendaya, Best Actress nominee. Emmy winner. Are said to have supporting roles. So our leads are going to be Damon, Holland, Hathaway, and Pattinson will be the core leads for the feature. What does this mean? Well, let's take a look at this in context, okay? Pattinson. All these stars are Oscar caliber except for Tom Holland. He's said to be the lead. So, we'll see. There's no doubt it's going to be a good movie. It's Christopher freaking Nolan. He is probably the best director working today, I think. He might be the best director working today. I mean, Oppenheimer was a 3-hour achievement that should have been a put-you-to-sleep type of a film. And what happened there? It's 3 hours. It doesn't feel 3 hours. And man, it just flies by. It flies by like none other. This movie, we'll see how it goes. Adding Charlize Theron, there's nothing wrong with adding talent. Charlize Theron is... I mean, come on. What do you want me to say about Charlize Theron? She is one of the best on the entire freaking planet right now. Literally one of the best on the entire planet. I think what is going to happen here, I think we're going to get a bit more in here. We're probably going to get a couple more actors announced, and I like that. I really do like that. But what I think might happen here, and this is just a possibility, what if the script doesn't have enough for everybody to do? So it's more focused on 2 key characters instead of the 4. And you don't have enough for maybe a Anne Hathaway or maybe a Matt Damon to do. And you make it a Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson film. What if you make that? What if everybody doesn't get enough screen time? That's what everybody said about this film right here. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's what they said there. They said that Margot Robbie didn't have a whole lot to do. I disagree. She was Sharon Tate. She had plenty to do in the film. She was one of our supporting actors, and that's what a supporting actor and actress is supposed to do. Support the film. But that's just a little thing I just thought of off the top of my head. What if that's an issue that comes up with this film? We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. It's Christopher Nolan. There's no doubt it's going to be a good movie. It's going to be well written and perfectly directed. It's going to be phenomenal. But there's that, everybody. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about this? What do you think is going to happen? Are you looking forward to this? Do you think that adding Charlize Theron is a phenomenal choice? Do you think he's adding too many high caliber stars in here and it's going to be an over-bloated and overly cast film? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts. We're going to go into the comments, and Michael says, Chelsea Green got my pick as the first women's U.S. champion. I think so, too. I think that's a good pick. I really think that's your best option because she's been the laughingstock, but she works her butt off. I mean, she works her absolute butt off in this role. I mean, she has the comedic timing. She's a great wrestler. She's great on the mic. She's great at getting on your nerves. I think the fans would really appreciate her getting a championship because I'm sorry, she's not a WWE women's champion caliber superstar right now. where they're at in the story progression of her character right now. What I think you're at is she's one of the better stars that you have in building up talent. She's a older star, and I think that's a really interesting choice. So let's get into our main topic, because I have quite a bit to say about this. And that is, Dwayne Johnson says sing in theaters. Is he wrong? Of course he's fucking wrong. What if you went, okay? What if you went to go and see The Wizard of Oz in theaters? Okay? I'm just going to not even use Wicked or Moana 2 right now. I'll get to those in just a little bit. What if you went into The Wizard of Oz and you paid $11.50 for your ticket and it's a Fathom event screening that didn't say sing along with it, and multiple people in the audience decided to sing? Would you be pissed off? Because I would. I'd be pretty well pissed. I didn't come to hear you sing these songs. You wouldn't sing in a Broadway show. You wouldn't go, right? You wouldn't go to Broadway and see Hugh Jackman as Professor Harold Hill in The Music Man and sing, "Oh, we got trouble right here in River City." Trouble, see? You wouldn't do it. Trouble starts with a capital T and the rhymes with P and that stands for pool. That's not what you're going to do. You're going to sit there. You paid to watch these actors perform these songs. You came to see these stars. You came to hear them sing. It's different if you're at a concert, right? Because at a concert, let's say that this is a microphone. The microphone, they're singing, they're doing all that shit, and all of a sudden, they point it to you. They point it right to you. And that's what they do. You're there to sing. You're there to sing, but you're there to listen to the songs as well. You're not going to a movie theater to really listen to other people sing. What Wicked is doing is they're being smart about this. They know that people are going to want to sing. They know they're going to have their songs they like. They know they're going to sing in the audience. What they did anyways is they announced sing-along screenings. That's what you do, right? When I went to go and see this movie right here, The Greatest Showman, I already listened to the soundtrack a bunch. I knew a good majority of the songs anyways. Did I sing in the audience? No. No, I didn't. Because I have respect. The issue is he was saying this about Moana 2. With Moana 2, we don't know the songs yet. We don't know, can I get a Chee-hoo? We don't know that yet. What's going to happen with Moana next year? People are going to sing, right? They're going to sing How Far I'll Go. They're going to sing that. What Disney is probably going to do, and what I think they should do, is they should do 1 month of it in theaters with a non-sing-along screening. Non-sing-along screenings, and then maybe 3 weeks to a month after it's already in theaters, you put it back in theaters and update it in sing-alongs. Because if you want to sing with it, you can. But I didn't hear anybody in my theater singing the Aladdin songs, the Beauty and the Beast songs, the The Little Mermaid is kind of null and void. But I didn't hear anybody in my screening of Wonka singing Pure Imagination. We don't know that song. Come on. This is not what you want to do. So, this is what The Rock had to say. The Rock said that it's okay to sing. This is coming to us from Variety. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is telling audiences to sing in the movie theater if they wish. The A-list actor and producer is reprising his role of the demigod Maui in Disney's, I don't know why that's moving like that, in Disney's animated sequel, Moana 2, in theaters November 27th. The blockbuster opening of Wicked sparked a debate on whether or not moviegoers should sing out loud during a musical film. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said this, telling the BBC, "Sing! You've paid your hard-earned money for a ticket, and you've gone into a musical, and you're into it. Sing! Especially if you love the music. That's the fun part," he added. Here's the issue. AMC spokesperson Ryan Noonan told the Indianapolis Star during Wicked's opening weekend that the theater chain asked moviegoers not to sing during the musical movie to prevent screening disturbances. AMC has a long-standing policy that prohibits any disruptive behavior, he told the publication. The Wicked pre-show spot, which includes no singing, incorporates the themes of the film as a fun, engaging reminder to moviegoers not to disrupt the experience for those around them as they enjoy the show. That's what you do. What you do is you do not sing during those. Variety exclusively reported ahead of that Wicked's opening day that Universal Pictures would start a screening of a sing-along version of Wicked on Christmas. These screenings are where audience members are encouraged to sing. Until then, singing is not preferred as to not disrupt the experience for other ticket buyers. This is what Ariana Grande, star of Wicked, said. She was asked during the film's press tour about the audience members singing during the film, to which she said, we understand it if you sing. We respect the feelings. But if you throw popcorn but if someone throws popcorn at you, their phone or something, maybe stop. This is what you do. If you want to go opening weekend, fine. Go opening weekend. Go to the freaking screenings. Go to the sing-along screenings. That's what you do. You go to the sing-along screenings. That's what you need. That's what I would do. I'm probably going to go and see Wicked 2 or 3 more times in theaters. I love this masterpiece. I'm not going to go and sing unless I go to a sing-along screening. It'd be pretty odd to hear me sing Defying Gravity and do the riff at the very, very end. That'd be a little hilarious, I think. But Moana 2 is a different story. Moana 2 is not a beloved franchise like Wicked. Moana 2 is the most watched movie in all of streaming of last year. Yes. It's almost a decade old. Yes. It's going on 8 years old. Yes. Again, yes. Moana 2 is new. Okay? I don't think the soundtrack is fully out yet, and if it is, I haven't heard anybody say anything about the songs yet. The Rock, I love The Rock. Clearly. I have Hobbs right here. I have whatever the hell this guy's name is right here. Whatever the hell his name is. I love The Rock. I always have. I always will. The issue is, don't sing in the theater. If you're going to encourage it, then you are encouraging bad movie theater etiquette. That's what it is. It's bad movie theater etiquette to sing in the theater. I don't care if it's Wicked. I don't care if it's Wonka. I don't care if it's Moana 2. I don't care. Don't sing in the fucking theater. Don't sing in the theater. If you're going to sing, do it at a sing-along screening for Wicked. Do it at a sing-along screening or wait until it comes home. Moana 2 will be home. Wicked will be home before you know it. Just don't do it. But there's my thoughts on that, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think? Do you think that you should sing in theaters? I don't think you should. I think you should just shut up, let the professionals do the singing unless you're at a sing-along screening or you're at home. And if you're at home, belt Defying Gravity as much as you want. Belt Can I Get a Chee-Hoo? Belt How Far I'll Go. Belt You're Welcome. Belt The Pure Imagination. Belt any song you want. Heaven knows I love The Greatest Showman. I love La La Land. I love In the Heights. I love Hamilton. I love Wonka. I love Wicked. In the presence of my own home, I can sing whatever I damn well please. At a movie theater where I pay my hard-earned money and the other people have paid their hard-earned money, I'm not going to disrupt them and disrespect them as a person. That's not what you do. But there's that, everybody. There's my 2 cents on why you shouldn't sing in the theater and why I think The Rock is a little bit wrong on this. But he's not completely wrong. He's right in some ways. If you're going to sing, do it at a sing-along screening and not in a fully packed theater opening weekend, especially when your film is not even out yet. We don't know your song, so I don't think you should have a say edgewise because your film is not even out yet. It's premiering tonight. And I'm probably going tomorrow to see it. So if I sing, Can I Get a Chee-Hoo? Great. But there's everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Great choice, says Sav. Michael says, Wicked was a masterpiece to me. It was a masterpiece to me too. Yes. Going on tonight for Survivor Series predictions. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I would be pissed off too. Yeah, so would I. There should be 2 screenings, not 1. 2 screenings, 1 non-singing and 1 singing. Yes, go to the sing-along screenings. If you smell what the Rock is shit. If you smell what the BS is cooking. Yep. If you smell what the BS is cooking, Dwayne. That's right. And do you still watch BritBox? See, I got BritBox for one thing, and I got that for the BAFTAs. I got that to watch the BAFTAs live, which is basically the British Oscars. I'm sure you know what those are. Yeah. I got it to watch that. And besides that, it takes a lot because it's an expensive service. With all the other streaming services I have, I wasn't using it all that often. And I only signed up for it for a month service just so I could watch the BAFTAs in all complete honesty with you. And that is it. That's it for the topics this week. But we're going to go into our regular topics, and Sav did request that I review We Live in Time. So I will review We Live in Time. But first, we're going to go into our regularly scheduled segments, starting with Release Rewind. So Release Rewind is the segment every single week where I take a look at what came out 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. So let's take a look at these. This is very intriguing because 10 years ago, we had 3 movies open during Thanksgiving weekend. November 26th, 2014, we had Penguins of Madagascar earning $366.9 million worldwide. And Horrible Bosses 2 opened, earning $105.9 million. Now, I have not seen Horrible Bosses 2. I've seen one. It was a few years ago. And I really enjoyed it. And I really want to watch both of them again. The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, earning $766.5 million, coming out on November 21st. So in its whole theatrical run, $766.5 million. 2004, we had Christmas with the Cranks, which I think is a phenomenal film, earning $96.4 million. And Alexander bombing, making only $167 million worldwide. In 1994, we had The Pagemaster, which I think is a comfort watch. It's very easy to like this film and watch this film. It's only 80 minutes long, earning $12 million, bombing, earning $12 million. And Junior, which I have not seen with Arnold, Danny DeVito, and Emma Thompson, earning $108.4 million. 1994, we had A Low Down Dirty Shame, earning $29.3 million. And, of course, 1984, we had Supergirl bombing, earning $14.2 million at the worldwide box office. So, there was Release Rewind. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do those movies make you feel old? And do you like this segment? If you like it, I'll keep it going. And if not, I'll just cut it out. So there's that, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts. We're going to go into our next topic, and our next topic is Ticket Tracker. So Ticket Tracker is the segment every single week where we take a look at what happened at the top 5 spots in the box office. And it looks like this week. Wicked. These are the actuals, not the estimates, the actuals. $112.5 million domestic opening, and worldwide, Wicked earned $162.9 million. Gladiator 2 earned $55 million worldwide, $55 million domestically, and $220.3 million worldwide over 2 to 3 weeks. Red 1 bombing up to $118 million worldwide, only earning another $13.2 million. I'm not even going to try and say that. Bonhoeffer? It's an Angel Studios Nazi Germany type of a film, earning $5 million, and worldwide, and its domestic total, $5.6 million. Venom, what? It's not Let There Be Carnage. It's Venom, The Last Dance, earning another $3.8 million, still making bank, up to $456.8 million worldwide. So, there's Ticket Tracker. And let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think is going to happen next week at the box office? Do you think that Moana 2 is going to make more money than Wicked? I think so. Do you think it's going to make $1 billion? Do you think Wicked is going to make $1 billion before it's all said and done? Gladiator doesn't have a chance at $1 billion. The only movies that really have a chance coming out over the next, for the rest of the year, the only movies that have a chance to make $1 billion is Wicked, Moana 2, and, of course, Mufasa. You gotta throw Mufasa in there because The Lion King made $1.6 million. So, we're going to go into the comments. But as always, let me know your thoughts. Release Rewind. It always makes me feel old. Yeah, that's my objective. I like the Page Master, so do I. It's a very classic film. I can pop that on at any moment in time, and it's a very likable film. It's very short, and that's why I really enjoy it. I like Release Rewind. Keep doing it. I will. I've got some movies to catch up on. Yes, you do. And we're gonna go into our last two segments, and then I will do I'm gonna do the Netflix top 10, and then what's releasing this week in theaters and on streaming. Or if you want the review before the what's releasing, I will do that. So next up, we're gonna go into this, and that is one of my favorite segments every single week. And I just got to get it set up here. There we go. So, we're going to be taking a look at the Netflix Top 10. So, what's in the Netflix Top 10 today? Well, it's very interesting because there's a lot going on here. There's a lot that's released and there's a lot coming out. So, let's take a look at this. Number 1 is The Merry Gentleman, which I watched. I'm not going to review that one. It's a pretty mediocre film. Spellbound, the new animated film on Netflix, the animated musical with Rachel Zegler, Nicole Kidman, and Javier Bardem, along with a lot of other people. 3 is Buy Now, The Shopping Conspiracy. 4 is Hot Frosty. Very happy that that's in there. 5 is Father Figures. I saw that one when it came to DVD and Blu-ray. I enjoy that film. The Secret Life of Pets, very cute, at number 6. Number 7 is Sing. Number 8 is The Piano Lesson. Number 9 is The Lost Children. And number 10 is Rob Peace. Going up here to the Netflix Top 10 TV shows, we have this. Cold Case. Who Killed Joan Bennett Ramsey? Number 2 is Man on the Inside. I've heard that's awesome, and I really want to watch that. I might watch that this upcoming week. Maybe, we'll see. Number 3 is the last season of Arcane. Number 4 is The Empress. Number 5 is AP Bio. Number 6 is the new season, the new batch of episodes of Cobra Kai. Number 7 is Rhythm Flow. Number 8 is the new episodes of Outer Banks. Our Oceans at number 9, and 900 Days Without Annabelle at number 10. So there's that, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about the Netflix Top 10? And let me know your thoughts. Sav says, I'm going to watch the Mrs. Brown's Boys after your stream. Thank you. That's a phenomenal show, and I really, really enjoy it. So now I think I'm going to just do... the We Live in Time review now. I think that's probably my best option. That is... Let me just pull it up here so I can get the actual... Here we go. Okay, so... We're just going to do this completely impromptu. Here we go. in Time. So, here we go. Should I do the intro? Should I do the intro? I'm going to see if Sav wants me to put the intro up there. See if he wants me to do the intro, I will do the intro. He says, yeah, do the intro. Okay. What's up, everybody? Nook is back here for another review. Well, let's try it one more time. We're live, folks. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Nook is back here for my review of We Live in Time. So, We Live in Time is the brand new film starring Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh, and it's all about a up-and-coming chef and a recent divorcee find their lives forever changed when a chance encounter brings them together in a decade-spanning, deep-moving, and romantic relationship. Along the way, we find out that they are pregnant, they're having some marriage issues, and one of our characters has cancer. This is a very deeply moving and heartbreaking story that also has some bits of comedy that work very, very well. The chemistry between our two leads is phenomenal, and I really loved every single moment of this film. This movie does have a couple issues, and I'll get into that in just a minute. But the biggest thing about this movie is that it is a phenomenally told story. We see them together. We see them together at the very, very beginning, and they fall in love. Then we realize that she has cancer. Then we realize that they have a kid. Here's the issue. It jumps around too much for my liking. If you're going to do a movie like this, maybe tell it in chronological order instead of cutting piece to piece by piece. I think that's not what I want from a movie like this. I want it to go in order. Instead, at some points, it's taking you a minute to go, okay, their head is shaved. We are in the future now instead of in the past. And the cooking scenes are very well done. I enjoyed those. Our two leads are phenomenal. I think that both of them should get Best Actor and Best Actress nominations. They won't. They are two of the best performances I've seen all year. And I love these two to death. But they are going to be snubbed, I guess you could say. Snubbed. I don't think they have a chance of winning. But I think they at least deserve a nomination. And I think that some places might even give them a nomination. It's a phenomenally told story. If it wasn't for them just jumping around too much, I think this could have been a perfect film. But We Live in Time is a beautifully done and heartbreaking romance film that tells the story of these two people played by two of the best actors in the world, Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh, who give their all to these roles. And I loved this movie. But again, if it wasn't for the jumping around way too much and not being as cohesive as I wanted it to, this movie could have been a masterpiece. I'm going to be giving We Live in Time an A-. I could either go with an A-, B+, about the same grade, but I'm going to go with an A- for this one. So there is my review of We Live in Time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. And let's go into the next segment. And the next segment is going to be this. Well, first we're going to go into the comments. Love the intro. Thank you. That's awesome. And finally, we're going to go into this. What's releasing this week in theaters and on streaming? Well, let's get right into that. Because we have a lot coming out, actually. This is Thanksgiving week. So, of course, we already know that Moana 2 is coming out, but what else is coming out in regards to movies? This is coming to us from releases.com, and releases.com is telling me this. Conclave came out on VOD, and I will be watching that one. Along with Terrifier 3, Watchmen Chapter 2, and Dear Santa, all are already out on streaming, and for Dear Santa, it's on Paramount Plus. I have watched it. I'm not going to review it. I have very little to say about that film. This week, we also have Our Little Secret on Netflix, as well as the brand new Ben Stiller film on Hulu called Nutcrackers. I will be watching those, and I might review those. I'm not quite sure. Along with on Thanksgiving Day here in the U.S., we have Sweethearts on Max, which is a brand new romantic comedy film, I think. And on Disney Plus, we also have Beatles 64. Letters at Christmas, The Snow Sister on Netflix. We do have a Hallmark film, The Christmas Quest, but we also have a lot more like Holiday Touchdown, A Chief's Love Story. I'm very interested in All's Well in New York. I'm going to have to watch a trailer for that and see if I'm interested in that one. But that leads us all the way into December 1st. So December 1st is going to be a bit of a interesting release week because there's not much coming out, and you will see that. There's not much coming out because the only thing coming out in theaters is Night Bitch and Y2K, along with some limited release. But I think the only wide release that week is Y2K. The limited releases are Night Bitch, The Order, and The Return. And along the way, there's not much else coming out. I mean, we have That Christmas on Netflix, F, Marry, Kill, a new comedy of sorts, I believe, which I will be watching, hopefully, if it's cheap enough to rent that one. Mary on Netflix is a new religious film, along with Breakup Season, which I'm gonna have to watch a trailer for that one. I'm not gonna kid you. I'm gonna watch that one. It's a romantic comedy drama, so I'm looking forward to that one. But I did say that we were going to go all the way down to January, and we are going to go into what is that? Wow, Napoleon. Yeah, these movies are not out yet. They're not out yet on DVD or Blu-ray. So Napoleon, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Jean du Barry are not out yet. So going into January, let's see what is coming out to make this a bigger step up. There's not much, really. We have Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. I don't think that's going to do massively well at the box office, in all honesty. Going down here, we have Paddington in Peru, which Sav can see in theaters right now because he is in the UK. Let me know if you're going to see that, Sav. I think it's going to be a very charming film. The reviews are saying it's not as good as the first two, but it's also not Paul King directing it, so that's sort of understandable. We have Dogman coming out January 31st. There's not much coming out, in all honesty, in January. In February, that's where we get the big things, like Captain America, Brave New Worlds. On Peacock, we get Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, Young Hearts, The Monkey, and a ton of other things. But as always, guys, like and subscribe. And if you want any more reviews, just leave them in the comments down below, and I will gladly take any requests. Like let me just say what I will be watching this week. So this week I will be reviewing. I will be watching things like Sweethearts and Nutcrackers, Our Little Secret, along with Moana 2 and Conclave. And I might have a couple more Hallmark reviews. But until next time, guys, that's what's coming out next week in theaters and on streaming. Going into the comments one more time, Sav says, I will go and see Paddington. So will I. I will go and see Paddington when it comes to my theaters, and I cannot wait to see that. So, as always, everybody, like and subscribe if you're new. And I will see all of you guys next week for more reviews. I remember the original Paddington I remember the old Paddington TV show from back in the day. I remember seeing a DVD set out for that from Mill Creek. I never got to see that show. I'm very interested in checking out. I remember hearing it's like a very charming show. And I love the first 2 movies, specifically the first one. But as always, everybody, like and subscribe if you're new. And until next time, everybody, more reviews, more news, and a lot more for you guys. So as always, guys, like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.
So where did